Say you're a team in the tournament and before the start of it you went and spoke to a storyteller and they said to you, okay, I'll let you know now, you're going to lose your first 2 matches in the tournament. Not only that, but you're going to have 43 shots on goal, and during that period you're only going to score 1 of those. And not only that, on top of it, we're going to put one of the most traumatic experiences ever seen on a football field. Firstly, you'd be probably wondering, I can walk out the door and walk away from this storyteller. And secondly, you'd be feeling quite aggrieved. But maybe the storyteller then turned around and said, well, but don't worry too much because, well, you are going to win your last group stage match. I mean, how can I say it? Bigly? Like, you're going to score a couple of long-range beauties with very low expected goal tallies. And you're going to become the first ever team to lose your first 2 matches in the European Championship and still finish second in a group. Well, they don't have to do that, Dream, and they don't have to think it may happen, because it has happened to Denmark. An incredible 4-1 victory over Russia, seeing them through to the last 16. And not only that, take a look at our win predictor model for the tournament overall. They are now our 5th favourites for the tournament. Unbelievable scenes for the Denmark side, who will now face Wales in the last 16. And in amongst those results were some major ramifications for the 2 matches taking place in Group D today. If we take a look at our predictor model, you'll see the Czech Republic and England are now guaranteed of their spots in the last 16. But it throws up an interesting conundrum for that final game between Croatia and Scotland. You see, if Scotland win on home soil at Hampden Park, then they will go through to the last 16. If Croatia are victorious, well then, it will be them heading through to the last 16. And if the game ends up a draw, neither side makes it through. And really, the history books don't favour Croatia. They haven't beaten Scotland in their previous 5 meetings and have only won 2 of their last 11 in all international competition. And despite even being winless in their last 4, our win predictor model is favouring them to be victorious, giving them a 46.9% chance of victory. Scotland, who have only lost 1 of their last 9 matches at Hampden Park, albeit on matchday 1 against the Czech Republic, have a 24.1% chance of victory, according to our model. And when we turn to you on our Twitter account at OptaAnalyst to see what you thought, well, it doesn't make for pretty reading either. In fact, you're even less confident, with just 20% of you saying Scotland will win and potentially finish as high as second depending on goal difference, while 56% of you believe Croatia will be the ones heading through. Time to quickly take a look at the other match in Group D today, which has some major ramifications about who might finish top of the group and even who might finish in third. Either way, it's going to be a special day for Gareth Southgate as he takes charge of England for the 57th time, matching the number of caps he won as a player for the Three Lions. Earlier in the week, he threw his support behind captain Harry Kane after a challenging spell, having scored only 2 goals in his last 11 internationals. And our win predictor model is backing England to be victorious at Wembley Stadium, giving them a 61.1% chance of victory. And why can't it be Kane on the scoresheet, having netted in each of his previous 2 matches against the Czech Republic? When we turn to you guys in our poll though, well, you weren't quite as sure, with only 55% of you going for an England victory, 30% of you going for the draw, and 15% of you backing a Czech victory. And either of those last 2 outcomes would mean they've avoided defeat in all 3 group stage matches at the European Championships for only the 2nd time. And that was when they won all 3 matches at Euro 2004 before going on to reach the semi-finals. Well, it's going to be another intriguing night at the tournament. I hope you get to enjoy it. Don't forget to visit our Twitter account at OptaAnalyst to see how you can take part in the polls for tomorrow's show. And of course, you can keep up to date with all the latest from the tournament too on our Euros Hub, where we have the latest predictors, standing, team and player stats, and so much more as well. That's all for you at theanalyst.com, home of data-driven storytelling.